What's up, everybody? Coal Miner Customs here. Today we're going to be going over how to engrave these mini cutting boards. We're going to be using the S1. I'm going to give you all the settings and everything you need to know. So hey, let's get into it. First thing you want to do is come over here to your machine, and you want to use these metal or magnetic clamps. And what we're using these for is actually to help align the material here, because the biggest thing you want to do is make sure, or the most important thing you want to do is make sure that you got it squared. So when you get ready to do your auto measure, you've got a good parameter set for when we go over to the computer to place your image. And I also want to mention that I am using the riser base with the S1, and we do have the honeycomb on the top shelf. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here into the Xtool program, and we're going to hit auto measure. Let the machine do its auto measure. And it should give us our distance. So we're coming up with that distance. Now we're going to come over and hit mark process area and choose rectangle. And then we're going to start marking. All right, for this, what we're going to do is we're going to mark our area called basically the processing area. If you can look right here, you can see the crosshairs of the laser. What I plan on doing is trying to stay off of this curve. Where the curve comes down and it starts to straighten out, that's where I'm going to put my crosshair, but also keep this line off, probably right around 1/8 of an inch or so. So our first processing point will be right here, just as this curve comes down, and we're going to hit the go button. That's going to give us our first point, and then we're going to come down here to our second point, as where this starts to curve back up again and straighten out. We're going to put that crosshair right there, keeping it off the same distance on the edge, and that's going to be our secondary point. So now that we are done marking, this is going to be our engraving area. And now you would hit end marking. And it's going to come back to the main page of the Xtool design page. And so now what we're going to do now is that we're going to pull our image up, get our image cleaned up the way that we need to, and then we're going to put our image over into this square and get ready for the engraving process. Okay, now that we've got our image where we want it, and I have scaled it, basically I've scaled it down to where it fits inside this box. And then what we're going to do for our settings is going to be power at 50, speed at 250, and then at 1 pass. And then the next thing we want to do is hit framing. And make sure that our image is within our parameters that we set earlier. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check the framing on this. Okay, our framing is where we want it at. Once you get your framing complete, you go to process. And then of course this will give you an estimated time of how long it's going to take to actually engrave this. So it's giving us an estimated time of 17 minutes and 40 seconds. So probably right around, give or take, probably 18-19 minutes. All right, we're ready for processing. We're hitting the start button. And then also too, we will be using the air assist on max. And we'll get back with you as soon as this is done. All right, we just got it finished up, and it did take right at the about 17 minutes to do this. So the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to take this out of the machine, go down to the shop, and basically sand this and put some polyurethane on it, and we're going to show you how to do that. All right, the next step we're going to do is we're going to use some 320 on our cutting board, and we're going to sand it down as smooth as we can without going into the engraving area that we just done, because if you end up doing that, you end up burning through it, and then you're going to lose your image. So the next step, what you're going to do, once you get done sanding this smooth, is you're going to take your air hose and actually blow all the dust out of the creases and stuff that's in the engraving part of this. And then you're going to use some sort of urethane or sealant. In this case, we're going to use regular polyurethane because this is just a decorative piece. We're not going to be eating off of it or using food stuff on this. If you are doing that, you want to get a food grade safe sealant. All right, we sprayed 2 coats of this type of urethane on it. Here's the real cool thing about having your shop out in the country. You get these cool little guys. So I do want to show you the finished products. Here's the first one that we start off with. Here's the other ones. I do want to mention that we did go up in power, 65, and then we did drop the speed down to 200. And as you can see, it did give us a little bit darker engraving compared to the original. So if you want lighter, you know, you can go with about 50 to 250 speed. And then if you want to go darker, power at 65, and then speed at 200. And also too, for the customer, we've got these little easels, and then we put some rope twine on there, just a little decorative piece.
Hey guys, I appreciate you watching to the end of this video. And if it was helpful, give me a thumbs up. And also too, check out the S1 40 watt that was in this video. It'll be in the description down below. And hey guys, we're almost to 5,000 subscribers. If you hadn't already subscribed, please subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And hey, we'll see you next time.